Wow, we are live. So there's been this big talk that has been on a lot of people's mind, and the topic is, or the question is a side hustle, or what people generally call a plan B. Is it necessary? So that's the question that I'll be answering today. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today, and welcome to Robin Minds with Professionals. And today on set with me is Natasha, uh, Edos, and Araneth.
Hello.
Uh, so without much ado, um, I'd just like to let us know, just before we start, that we always want to make our sessions as interactive as possible. So we encourage people, viewers, to not only indicate where they're watching from in the comment section, but to be a part of this discussion as well. So if you have any remarks, or if you have any suggestion, or you have a question, you can leave it right on the uh, on the chat rule, and we'll be able to answer your questions. And for those that will be watching the replay, same thing applies to you. So the big question is: it necessary? Who's going to go first? Well, whoever wants to go first, go ahead. Tell us why.
Finish, you go.
All right, Feathers.
Yeah, I would like to start with a quote. I think you probably heard that. I just read from the paper as no one has any idea what is going to happen, not even Elon Musk. That's why he is building those rockets. He wants a plan B on another world. So that's that's signify how important to have a plan B. Obviously, in this current situation, since the beginning of the pandemic, we have been witnessing a lot of businesses and people have suffering. They have lost their job. They are kind of lost, and people don't know what to do after when they lost or kind of redundant from their primary job. And if you don't have any secondary plan or any alternative arrangement in your life, then you will be lost. And obviously, if you are on your own and if you have a family to feed, then that would be really a disastrous situation for anybody. And like for ourselves, as we are four of us business partner here on the same platform, like us entrepreneur, we're working on the digital platform, and we know how important to have the plan B to kind of make a plan if anything goes wrong. If our any business or whoever doing business, they do have a strategy to follow. If something goes wrong and doesn't work on their own plan, then you need to have something on the side. So then you can plot on it. So that's the main idea. I think there's the importance of plan B. I think everybody, whoever their perspective, whatever situation they are in, they should have something on the side so they can find to hold something if they have their primary plan or primary job or primary hobbies or whatever they are working on doesn't work.
Wow, that's a good one. Natasha, it appears that you have something to add to that.
Yes, and for example, in my situation, I lost my job before the pandemic. So I lost my job three years ago. I started this business afterwards. So if I think if I would have had that during my time while I was working, I think my journey would have been a bit easier in the beginning. Although I have more time, of course, to put into the business, which is fabulous. I started off slow, and now I'm seeing results. But in the beginning, it did take me a little bit of time to get up and running. And yeah, I think. And now my husband is in a situation that he can go to work either for health reasons, and now we have at least this business as a backup plan to, to make it, because the wages here are very low in Spain, and the pensions are also very low. So if you're used to a normal wage working, and you go down 30%, that's a lot of money that you're missing each month, and especially in a young age, because my husband is 50, I'm 47 now. So we've still got a lot of years ahead of us to build and to grow. So yes, definitely very important to have a plan B. And not many people think of it. They think, oh yes, I have a fabulous job, but everybody is replaceable. Everybody is replaceable. So yes, you have to watch out.
Wow. I like what you said, Natasha, and what Father said as well. But your closing remarks that everyone is replaceable.
Yeah, when you least expect it, then I mean, I didn't expect to lose my job either. I was, I was happy, happy where I was, and just, just like this.
Hey,
that's it.
I mean, like we have read situations where even CEOs, presidents of companies, are replaced. So everyone is, But, I mean, like you touched on situation where you didn't have a plan and then you lost your job, and then you have to start from scratch. And there may be quite some people in that situation right now.
Yeah, because I think because people don't know that it exists, that there are, because I didn't know it existed. So that, I think that's a big reason. I think that people don't know that you can have a backup plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say that people don't know. It's possible that some don't know, because I grew up. My father was a great mathematician, and his friends respected him and all that, but that didn't put money on the table. But then he had some friends, that they were working and they had some other things on the side. So even when he retired, those guys, they had their own personal stuff, and the difference was clear, like 7-Up. So I'd always known that it was necessary for you to have something on the side. So I tried to put some things on the side. But even at that, did I do what I should do? I don't think I did. Because like quite a lot of us are used to the traditional way of, okay, let's put some money towards retirement, let's make some savings and all that. But that's not plan B. That is good because that can help you cushion the effect of maybe a sudden layoff from a job. If you are that kind of person that has saved some money for retirement, or you have some savings on the side. But it's not the same. Let me just share one benefit of having a side hustle or a plan B, as it's called by some other people, and then Aranet will join in. And this benefit has to do with what you guys have talked about. I understand that the side hustle, having a side hustle, is able to help you attain what you call financial security. So like in the case that you have mentioned, if something suddenly happens, I mean, you just step over. It's just like just sliding over to the other side. It's like it's already there. Most times the side hustles don't give you as much as what you earn, but over time they replace what you earn, because if you put in effort into it, most times they replace it. So some people, After some time, they just imagine if I can put in as much energy as I'm putting somebody else's business into my side also, from the potential I've seen this thing give me. I mean, like now that I'm young, why can't I just do that rather than for the future? So that's one of the benefits, that it helps you build the financial security, and it also helps you, like for people like towards retirement, for instance, see, like I had a friend at the beginning of the pandemic that was working from home, and he just bought a house somewhere in the US. He just got transferred. He just bought a house, and so he had to plant the sod, you know, for his compound and all that. He did all that for some time. He was posting on Facebook. He was happy because there was activity. And after a few weeks, all the activity was gone. And the guy wrote something, he wrote a post. He said he now realizes that it's not just having financial stability that keeps a man alive after retirement. He said, but having something to do, is another thing that keeps you alive. Because a lot of people die out of not having anything to do. So, like, if you have a side hustle that's able to help you, gain financial strength, and is there for you for later age, you have a place to go to, even at the age of 70, if you are strong enough to do, which you won't be able to do at your regular work. Well, having said all that, let's hear from the bank manager.
Okay. I
But
think
sorry,
it
just
may.
before that, let me just say a big thank you to a big shout out and thank you to Anna Days, ¿Cómo está Anna Days? And Andrea Novak and Zoe from UK.
Sorry.
Thank you guys
Sorry. Soraya.
Hi.
thank you guys for being with us.
For that thing.
All right, over to you, Aranes.
I think it makes economic sense to start a side hustle business while on my perspective while working a full-time job. In my mind, it is best to start an online business as soon as possible. The earlier, the better.
Wait,
Because
now you're jumping the gun now. We're not asking you whether it's online. We're not asking whether it's online now. We're just asking you, I mean, what do you okay?
the best part, that is the best part. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
not technically everything. You can start any traditional business or anything but the best part in right now is to start an online business, because that's the easiest way to do it, and the earlier the better. There is just a less downside when you start a side hustle online. And why not spend less time to work to be a B level employee instead of an A level employer? And because that's the only time that you dictate your own schedule, instead building someone's dream, right? So it does make sense to have your own. And there are also so many monetary reasons to support why building a side hustle or plan B income of stream is the better route to solely focusing on your job as well. So that's pretty much it for me today. So, it's all about money, because just like who knew that this pandemic hit everybody, and I have a lot of coworkers got laid off, just like Natasha said earlier, and she was one of the victims of this laid off of people. And being that said, I have probably 13 folks that was laid off in the company that I'm working with that they didn't expect. And right now it's really hard for them to even start to get the pay that they wanted, because none of the business or companies here give the money that you've been getting in the past because of the economic reasons. So it's always nice to have a plan B, no matter what, because if even you get a job, but you will never get the pay that you will, that you will get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And an age problem also, because I was laid off three years ago. I'm over my 40s, and it's hard to when you're young, it doesn't matter. Well, okay, you jump from one job to the other, and it's fine. And then in your 40s, it's difficult to get a job anyway. And then the whole pandemic came afterwards, so it was all with this big boom. And if I knew about this business, and it's great to do it now, because even if you're working, it's even better while you're working, because you can just do it a few hours a day after work or before work or during lunch, like
Mhm.
many people do, and then secure your future, because nobody wants to work up till they're 65 or 70 anyway. So so it's the best way, and as we all know, everything is going digital anyway, and it's not going anywhere. So look at us, how we've grown in just this year. The numbers have gone up so fast. It's incredible.
mm.
I
uh,
agree. Yeah, I agree with Natasha. Age make a big difference. No matter what skills you have, even though you're the top performer of the class,
mhm.
if this company is not even wanted to pay you the amount of money that you are asking for, they always go with the young ones, because it's less money, and then and there's also a risk involved on that, because these young people are entering
That's
or being accepted in the company just to gain experience, but you being a top performer of the class is just like, don't always expect that they will give you the money that you wanted. So
exactly.
having a plan B is always the backbone, at the back of your mind, because no matter what happened, you're always lean into that.
Yeah, because I remember when I lost my job and I was looking for something else. And everything's on the internet, so it's not like before that you just go to the location itself and present yourself. Hey, here's my resume. You
Resume,
can't
yeah.
you can't do that these days. So everything is online. I just didn't put in my age, because I knew if I just put in my age, then you're too old. And
Mhm.
it's terrible, but you are. They don't care about the rest. They first look at your age, and then, oh no, she's too old. Don't read the rest. But if you have the chance to present yourself, at least you can how do you say, you can
Show your personality.
exactly you can sell yourself,
Mhm.
in that way. But
Unless if you are a
it's
doctor like Ferdus, then there's no problem about that.
More
in
age,
young men's
more.
days, there is no age limit. With us,
That's
Yeah.
right.
it doesn't matter.
No, yeah, as you said, Anand, as myself, I'm working full time. So that's I just wanted to add the viewers who are watching. If you feel that you need to have a plan B, but you need to work on it, you just say, okay, I need to find the plan B. But whatever you find, as Aranath said, a digital platform and online business, probably the best one you can do aside your full time job, to keep your family. Give you family time, and doing as I'm doing at the moment, we're doing full time with my family, and I'm doing this business because it's doable, and it's not you don't need to be spend a lot of time, so it's online everything. So you need to find the right platform, and legit business platform where you can start to build your dream. So that's the main thing. You need to think about plan B. You need to work on it, find the one which suits you.
Okay, so a big shout out to Tony. Hello, Tony is watching from Italy.
Italy.
Thank you for
Hello.
watching, Tony. We are all over the world as well. Yeah, I'm from Canada, and the lady left. Is it my right? Natasha, she's from Spain, and the man there with his glasses is a medical doctor. We're all professionals. He's from the UK, and that mother just beneath me there, she is a bank manager, and she is from the US of A. And yes, thank you for watching, Rose and Brendan. Thank you. All right, guys. So like Yaz, Rose, and Brendan. Okay, so that's all well said. Like one thing, we have been able to say that it's important to have a plan B. because we have all brought up valid points why it's essential. You but then, we still find out that some people that still just believe that, okay, you know what, I'm doing well on my job, and I'm getting good pay from my job and all that. So having a plan B may not be essential. My job is paying me six figures and all that. And nobody is saying that you should quit your job, for a plan B. That's why it's a plan B, right? It's a side hustle, right? Whatever you get in addition to whatever your job is, it's a plus for you. So that plus, even if it's $1,000 or €1,000 that you get every month, as a side hustle, it helps you pay up maybe your mortgage faster, or it helps you make better investment, or it helps you get a better quality of life. Whether you like it or not, it's always a plus. And having said that, right, having established the fact that having a plan B is essential, we now know that there are different ways people can have plan B. You know, people buy franchises from different places. People have several other businesses on the side and all that. But the challenges with most of those businesses is that, number one, they are time consuming, because most of those businesses you have to be there physically to run them. So, and then that's where the challenge comes. That was my challenge when I just came into Canada. I wanted to buy a franchise, and I said that some time ago. And franchises are not cheap; they're expensive. You're looking at over hundreds of thousands of dollars, to buy franchise, and you won't spend that kind of money even if you have it to buy, and just leave it and say, okay, I'm going back to work, and leaving it in the hands of somebody else to run for you, because that may be somebody's. I mean, that could be someone's life savings, right? That you're leaving into someone's hands, to run for you. So that means that the challenges of not being able to hold on to your job that you are sure of, that's giving you the income, no matter how small or how big that income is, you are going to either have to forfeit that job in order to be able to do those traditional businesses. Number two, the cost of getting those franchises, right, is high. They're expensive. The cost of running them, because most times you need to have an office space, which is going to cost you money, and then you have more overhead costs from maybe employees, and employees having employees and having to deal with employees is not an easy task, because we're all employees, right? We're all once employees, and we know what it's like. An employee wants to fight for his right. He wants to do this, wants to do that. So you are looking at things from the standpoint of a business owner and what's good for your business. But like the employee is looking at what is good for him or her, and you can't blame him or her for looking for what's good for him or her. And most times, those things don't work alongside, with your plan or objective for your business. So there are a lot of conflicts, right? And that's why people hire HR. So assuming you have a big business, you start considering HR and all that, and those are all additional costs to the already expensive business that you have started. And that's why we always tell people that, doing something online, something that's legitimate, something like ours, that is, that has automation that can run on its own. And don't get me wrong, nobody is saying that it just runs on its own. And the thing is that, okay, you have to do your part, but then we have been given a platform that works fantastically okay, such a way that, there are people that manage the automation end of the platform, that you don't have to worry yourself about that. So like, I mean, if you close a deal, for instance, in the business, you have to follow up on it and all that, and all those follow-ups are done for you automatically, within our systems and all that, all the technicalities that are required, all those things are done for you. Imagine in this day and age, almost everything is gone online. So if I have a business and I need to advertise my business, people don't go to radio anymore. Everything is done online. Some of us never, like I said, I never had a Facebook account. This business brought me to having a Facebook account, right? And this business also trained me on how to use those things, those tools to advertise, you know. And this business also helped to build my website, you know. So these are the things that we are looking at. And above all, have you realized now that since the pandemic, quite a lot of people are working from home, particularly the younger ones, and most of the offices are having challenges having them come back to the office now physically, because they seem to be enjoying working online. And that's what we enjoy, working online. You know, so you can be online and do several things. You can do your job or run your business from wherever and anywhere around the world. So, I mean, that's what we're looking at here. So it's good to ensure that you have a plan B, but it's also of importance to ensure you get an appropriate plan B. Before I throw the floor open for us to say whatever it is that we will have to round up with, I'd like to say a big welcome to Tarila. Hi, Tarila. Joyce and Valiente. I'm sorry, I couldn't pronounce the first name, but if you gave me some time, I probably would try. Carol and Gabriela. So thank you for being with us and watching us today. Do you guys have anything to share with our viewers? And like I said, also for our viewers, if you have any questions, you know, you can just write your questions, you know, and we'll be eager to answer them. You know, if you have any comments or if you have any remarks, please feel free, you know, just put them on the chat room and then we'll be eager to answer them as you are here with us right now. So the floor is open. Reneth?
Yeah, for me, in my mind, the income potential is what makes an online business so attractive and why it makes sense to start one. Because as an employee, you'll probably get like 6 to 10% raise yearly, right? And that's if you're considered getting a really good pay at your job. But the online revenue, you can probably grow that 1,000% in a year. So the income is unlimited, I would say that. And that makes sense for anyone, you know, having a side hustle business, because that is your own business. You can make as many income stream as you wanted than only leaning into a one income.
Yeah, that's right, Aronath. Yeah, this is the beauty of doing online business. You can, as you said, you can work from anywhere. You don't need to be sit in front of the computer or in the business place to see your employees are working or not, or they are. So this is the things, and according to statistics, it shows the small businesses with employees, 8 out of 10, the businesses, they don't reach until their second birthday. Before 2 years, they usually close because it's so much things you need to think about. You need to have enough fun, as Femi said. You need to have a lot of fun. But in online platform, especially the business we are doing, you don't need to have that much capital to start this business. Obviously, the automation is there; it works behind of you, and obviously, and the community we are having here, about I think 94,000 members all over the world, and we are helping each other, we are supporting each other, we are mingled. As you see, I haven't met personally with any of you, but we meet each other every now and then, every month. So it's like a family. So this is the things you get this business, and as you said, there's a extreme potential of this business to improve your financial capability.
Last word, Natasha.
Well, I wanted to say about the automation, because you can do an online business, but you don't want to be putting in 8-9 hours work in an online business either. So this is a fantastic system that works on your behalf when you don't. So that's what makes us different, because you can go to work or you can do whatever you want, and we know our business works for us 24/7, 365 days a year, and it keeps running. So you don't have to be on top of it all the time. And maybe with other online businesses, you do have to be present, or you do have to, be there all the time to make it work. And with this one, with our system, it's different. So very important. Look for something that works on automation.
Well,
Agree.
just before I round up, I'd like to just say, first of all, that yeah, we talked about the looking for something online is about your best bet. And one of the reasons why we say join our group, join our platform, it's not just because it's tried and tested and it's bringing results. Like when I joined this platform sometime last year, about 14 months ago, the community was just about 45,000 people. And today, we're about 94,000. So something must be working right, for you to have such a large growth. And I dare say that it's about the biggest, worldwide, you know, uh, in terms of an online platform. And then I'd like to bring us quickly to understand also that having to build a business, if you are to do all of this by yourself, for people that may have understanding of what it is like starting a business, or people that have an IT background, nothing runs on automation except you have all that is required to make those things work. Besides the people, and the knowledge, and all these things, they cost money if you're to do this by yourself. I mean, I have a daughter who is a software designer, and I know what it is like. If you have to build a website, even if you are doing a website like like you're doing through a friend, you probably can't get a website for less than $1,500 or $2,000 or more. And from time to time, right, we want continuous improvement in our businesses. We always want things that are going to change or it's going to make us look good out there. So from time to time, we do some tweaking in our website and all that. But what are you going to be paying all that money to do that for you? That's going to cost you a huge amount of money. And then think about the automation system. So like these are all the things that if you had to do by yourself, you're looking at things of like 20 grand or more, and not a one-time payment, is annual. So these are some of the reasons why this group of 4 professionals, like we say, we rub minds with professionals. I am an engineer. I have an engineering background and I work in oil and gas. Natasha, she is a medical interpreter. Aranet, she's a banker. She catches the bad guys. she's a she's a bank manager in charge of the fraud for the of the bank in the union. And Fados is a medical engineer. Sorry, she's a medical doctor. I almost said medical engineer.
Detection. I'm doing my detection minds. Yeah.
So you probably wonder, it's not as if people are doing this because they have no other thing to do, or because they're not making it in life. But of course, we want better lives for ourselves. God has made us all, and He has put that hunger in us to want to improve our lot. And in the quest to improve, there's this desire inside each and every one of us to want to get better daily, and that's why we do what we do. So, if you have any question or you want to know more about our platform and the business that we do and all that, hey, you can look to just right beneath our pictures. We have our website. You can go to any of those websites and register with your name and your email address, and you'll be opportuned to have access to our free workshop that we have twice in a week. We have one today, and we have another one on Tuesdays, and they're usually at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. That's about 1 a.m. UK time.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
Spain, that would be about 2 a.m., right? 2 a.m. CET. And for the rest people, for the rest of people, right, you can just Google what the corresponding time that would be in your local time. I'd like to say a big thank you to Natasha, to Aranet, to Ferdos for always being here and making sure that we have content and we have something good to share with our viewers. And before we say bye-bye, we'd like to say a big thank you to all of you for spending time with us today and being a part of the success. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
God bless you.
Bye.